Do you know that phrase that says, will you ever talk to a friend the same way you talk to yourself when you are going through hardships in your life, when you make a mistake, when life is not going the way you wish for? I believe that if we weren't afraid of what the friend or people will say about us, and we were really honest with ourselves and really conscious, we will talk to a friend the same way we talk to ourselves. And do you know why? Because we can't give to anyone outside of ourselves what we don't have for our own self. We can't. Our mind and nervous system don't recognize the feeling if we haven't formed that feeling inside of you, in your internal being. This is not said that we don't show compassion towards others if we don't show compassion towards ourselves at all. Of course we do, and that can be also from other places, people pleasing and other things. But to truly be compassionate towards other, you need first to practice and embody the feeling of compassion in your own self. You might understand that intellectually, but to embody it, it means that you have been practiced that over and over, so your nervous system also can create the feeling inside of you of that compassion when you make a mistake, when you are going through hardships, when it's hard for you. Can you stop for a moment and tell yourself that you love yourself, that you understand your suffering right now, or that you understand that you made a mistake, and embody that self-love and kindness, understanding also that others go through hardships. You are not alone in that. When you are in that space, you easily can truly give compassion to others because you can literally embody that feeling within your own self. And I want to ask you a question. What do you tell yourself, okay? What do you do when you make a mistake, like a really hard mistake, or when you are going through a hardship, or when you are trying to make your life work or your relationship work and it doesn't? What do you tell yourself internally? I want you to think about that, okay? And be honest with yourself so that you can learn, so that you can evolve. Become curious instead of judgmental towards yourself. And something also very important is that self compassion is mistaken with weakness. And on the contrary, self compassion help you really build that inner strength that you need to walk in this planet, to walk in this life, and to make the best of it as you grow. It makes you this strength that you get from practicing self compassion are teaching you, are showing you to love yourself, to be there for yourself, to support yourself. So, yes, we can get support from others and kindness and compassion from others, and that's very important. But when you can embody that within yourself, you are building a core within you of strength and resilience that is going to support your life. And Dr. Christine Neff, she is the pioneer of self compassion. And she states that there are three components to self compassion, and they are self kindness, mindfulness, and common humanity. So, when you practice, the more you practice, you really start to embody these three components of self compassion because the mindfulness help you go inward, be with your thoughts and feeling and whatever it is without judgment, and be curious about your experience. And then self and kindness is giving that love and warmth to yourself. And common humanity is we all, this suffering, this pain, or the hardships is a universal, is something common in all of us human, is part of our human experience in this planet. And I remember when I was going through a very hardship with one of my boys about 15 years ago, and I remember telling myself, why is this on me? Why I need to go through this in my life? And feeling that pity and sometimes that feeling of guilty. and I was stuck just right there. I couldn't move on because I was just being so judgmental and critiquing myself and really being in a space where I couldn't grow, I couldn't help. It wasn't good until I start practicing self compassion, truly practicing daily through that time and embodying the feeling that I was going through. The feeling, what I felt at that moment was so hard. And it was hard for me to give myself permission to just be there without judgment, just truly embrace and love myself through whatever I was going through. So we stop ourselves from growing from what we go through when we don't allow that self compassion to come in. And I wish for you, if you are not already in the practice of self compassion, that you start thinking about maybe you could start being more compassionate towards yourself. Maybe you could start practicing self compassion and allow yourself not to judge beginning when this is new to your brain and to your nervous system is going to feel strange. It's going to feel unfamiliar because it is. And I have included here in the description a guided self-compassion meditation. I hope this video helped you reflect in your practice. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and click the bell so that you don't miss any video. And I will see you in my next episode.